Hi there, Pisces. How are you guys doing? I really hope that this reading finds you well. Welcome to June 2019 reading. Back with me again, Anisa from Dear Stereo. For those of you who are new to my channel, hello. And for those of you who have been here a long time, welcome back. So how have you guys been doing lately? I've been doing great, but I'm really sorry for the delay. As I'm recording this, it's on the 17th of June. It's going to be really silly if I do a June reading, so let's just move forward. As usual, this is going to be a relationship spread, meaning that you could always apply this with anyone in your life. It could be with your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, exes, crushes, fiance, family members, anyone. I'm basically just going to be picking up your relationship energy in general, all right? And don't forget to also check your sun, moon, or Venus sign, because for me personally, I realize that with my readings, I resonate much more with my Venus sign rather than my sun sign, or probably because my Venus in 7th house. I don't really know, but if it doesn't resonate, then it just doesn't resonate, all right? There are so many amazing, talented tarot readers out there for you to just click and watch. So let's talk now, Pisces. You have a very interesting, shall I say, overall energy, because you have the 9 of Cups right over there, you have the High Priestess, and you also have the 3 of Swords. By the way, I'm really sorry for the camera positionings. I lost a screw on my tripod, and I just noticed when I start doing mid-June reading on my family vacations, I lost it. So now I'm really creative, put it on a shelf, but this way you cannot see the cards that pops out. So yeah. Interesting. Okay, so anyway, your overall energy for the now, you have the 9 of Chalices, you have the High Priestess, and you also have the 3 of Swords. So right now, your overall focus is to your Zen. You know what I mean? Like you want to care much more about your own self-happiness, your own self-fulfillment. I feel like especially in this month of June, you guys are going to be way more into either spirituality, meditations, or into your religious practice, because so that you're not so reactive over things. You know what I mean? Because here in your overall energy, you have the 3 of Swords. So there's something here that hurts your heart, but you don't want to be too reactive on it. You want to take a more macroscopic views on it, and then you just want to focus much more on your happiness. Fuck the hurts. I just want to be happy. I just want to be Zen. So what's challenging this relationship? You have the Strength card, and you also have the Princess of Chalices in reverse. So Princess of Chalices in reverse could indicate somebody who is being very overly emotional or sensitive, because, and I often say this so many times, Princess of Chalices is a card where it's very Neptunian, just like you. When you love somebody, or when you like, or when you're attracted to somebody, you kind of like idolize them, you think so highly of them. The thing about putting yourself out there and being so open is that you became much vulnerable, right? And starting to take things like quite personally. So this could be you, it could be them, because it's the overall challenge. So it's either you are extremely the Princess of Chalices, or they are extremely the Princess of Chalices. So they have the tendencies to kind of like take things quite personally over here. And then a Strength card talks about the lack of patience. And I feel like that Strength card in reverse was coming from you, because there were a moment or a period in the past where you have had it, because you were the Knight of Swords in reverse. Wait a minute, let me pull 2 more cards. I mean, all you wanted is like an equal, or because Princess of Chalices also talks about a younger female figure. So for a few Pisces out there, if you're dealing with somebody who has like a younger child or whatever, it could be the overall challenge of this relationship as well. So, so you have trust issues with this person, and I think that is why you wanted to focus much more on your High Priestess nature, is because when you have the Queen of Swords now, in Asia we call it, your heart is now bakul. You froze over your heart just a little bit, so that you're not going to be impacted or be reactive towards the source that happens here. In the past, all you wanted was an equal give and take, an equal equilibrium, because you have the justice card in here. You want an equal give and take. You want somebody putting the effort, putting the focus, putting the expectations and intentions as much as you do, because you feel like this person, even in the past, you were like the Nine of Wands already in reverse. So you felt that you didn't have any war with this person. Yeah, this is upright position. This is down reverse positions, and I do reversal. So what was I trying to say? So, you know, back in the days, you were somebody who has your walls up. It's very hard for people to get into you. But you feel like with this person, you let your guard down. You let your guard down. You were being very, very open with them. You were very accepting of them and stuff like that. But you feel like this person is too much distance and detached, because they have the Three of Wands and they also have the Seven of Pentacles. So although the hopes is there, I mean, they wanting to manifest or grow this relationship, and they believed in it, you know what I mean, optimistically believe in it, but these two cards are a very passive card in which you're not having it. Like, you want much more of an active, you know, participations. You want more of something because you feel like you've already opened, you know. And I feel like in the past, it's either you totally lashed out on them or you went cold on them or whatever, but you have had it. You were like the Knight of Swords. You came to them in a very, very, you know what I mean? So yeah, what this person is feeling right now is freaking out. Because this Knight of Swords in reverse was a side of you that they never would have expected to come out. So this is how they feel. They're freaking out. They are losing their shit. Five of Cups, especially in this particular deck of mine, no more cups is upright. So they felt like they lost the cause, or they lost their chances, or they basically freaking out. But that one, for me, if you were to be taking my opinions, I think it's a good disruptive energy, because it was too passive. Three of Wands, Seven of Pentacles. Like, you're a Pisces. I mean, I have Cancer moon, and I'm a moon dominant person. Jupiter, moon, rising, Chiron. Yeah, Chiron and Pisces and stuff. So I hate when people are too detached like this, you know, and they would think that they did nothing wrong. You know what I mean? Because they're so highly optimistic about this relationship, but there is a distance. There is this kind of detached type of quality attached to it, very passive. And you don't, I mean, when you fell in love, when you want something deep and you feel deep, you want them to be deep as you. And I feel like that is a good warning for them, because right now they're losing their shit. They have the Five of Cups in here. If you're only dating with one person, because of that Five of Cups, because of them freaking out and they feel like they lost their cause and everything like that, they have the Princess of Pentacles in here. So it's either they're planning something, planning a move, writing an offer or proposal or propositions, or or they're just going to do stuff like they start to want to kind of like plan things ahead because they Eight of Cups. That was a side of you that they never seen it coming, you know what I mean? And although you try to be understanding here with the Hanged Man, you try to understand where they're coming from. I mean, they're going to be much more open. They would probably have Mercury in, I don't know, Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, because they're very, very methodological in the way that they explain things to you, in the way that they plan stuff for you. It's very, very methodological. I have Mercury in Capricorn, by the way, and this is exactly how I solve, you know, arguments. Like, this is my point. Very, very methodological approach. From A with points. So yeah, and you try to understand them, but also at the same time, you're skeptical. You know what I mean? Like, you're really, really skeptical. Like, is it okay? But I still don't trust you. I try to understand you, but I still don't trust you. That's if you're only dealing with one person, yeah? If you're dealing with two people, this is the energy of the person you're more focused on, but the scenario will then apply in the last portion of the reading. Lima kartu masa depan. Well, guys, if you're dealing with two people, you're very popular right now. Masih perfect di sini. So, if you're only dealing with one person, I feel like this person is going to be more of an active participator right now. They're much more Princess of Pentacles. It's either they're trying to explain things to you or they're planning something to do with you. In the future, they're going to come around with the Queen of Wands in a very, very fiery type of way. It's different than how they were acting in the past, which was very passive. We have this Queen of Wands attitude, so it's coming out there, but they're going to have like a little bit of a showy attitude as well, because you know, in this particular deck of mine, the the King of Pentacles is very, very showy. You know what I mean? Like, look what I have. Like, I'm stable. Like, they're going to come to you in a very, very confident way, and then you're probably going to be pissed off or just going to get a little annoyed by the fact that they're being a bit show off. But the thing is that it's not their nature to become this way. You know what I mean? So it's like new feel or like a new approach that they're kind of like starting to do. So yeah, they're going to want to fix things. They're going to want to talk things through. I suggest you to become very, very transparent with them, because they're the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is a very, very problem-solving type of queen who would come up with a great idea, and then this person would then become the King of Pentacles, meaning that they're going to be much more reliable to you. They're going to be much more consistent and persistent. They will have a little bit of a showy, like you would see this, like a little bit of a showy attitude, like, I don't need you to show off that much, but you know, just a little bit, you know what I mean? Like a little bit of showy, try to reassure you that everything is okay, like, you know, stuff. Could be money, could be how loyal they are, how great they are and stuff like that, but just like a little bit of a showy attitude. And here's the thing, you know, the reason why I was suggesting you and I was advising you to have a very transparent communications with them is because I feel like if you don't do that, you're going to be the Five of Pentacles. So although you're the Temperance card, you know, in front of them, the face that you show outward is Temperance card. So you go with the flow. Okay, let's give it another chance, because you feel the connections. I mean, both of you feel the connections. They feel it too. They feel it too. You know what I mean, with the Lover's card in here. But somehow still a disappointment in you because of how things go. So it could be you feel like you're not they're 100% focused or whatever. So if there's something here that you want to say it exactly to them like it is, because otherwise you're going to be the Five of Pentacles. Otherwise they would be like, okay, everything is good. I mean, they're not the type of person who could read between the lines, although sometimes they expect you to be able to read between the lines. But when it comes to reading people, they're not so good at it. So you better say it out loud. Okay, so that's if you're only dealing with one person, everything is still going great. But again, communicate. If you're dealing with two people, so if you're dealing with one person, your reading ends here. And if you're dealing with two people, here's the scenario for you. So okay, so person A is somebody who had hopes for you, and you've also been very, very, you know, open towards them with that Nine of Wands. You drop your guard and everything, you drop your guard. And now though, I feel like you're distancing yourself away from them and they freak out over it. And in the future, they're going to come around with the Queen of Wands attitude. But I don't know why, but you guys are going to be the Five of Pentacles. So you're going to be disappointed by this person. Person B is somebody who is very, very detached and who optimistically believe in something, you know. They had high hopes of this relationship as well, as much as person A. Person B feel like they've already invested something because that's a Seven of Pentacles. So they've already invested something and they're waiting for their return of investment. Whereas person A is much more wishing upon a star, wish that this relationship grow and da. And person B, the person who already invested something and they're kind of like passive because they're waiting on their return of investment. I feel like with this person, you're the Knight of Swords in reverse, so you're either attacking them or being really harsh with your communications with them and such. Then person B in the future is going to either write something for you, or they're going to be planning something for you, or they're going to write you a letter, text, or email, or whatever. But you're quite skeptic about them. You have the Queen of Swords right over there, and in the future this one is going to be much more showy, like look what I have and stuff like that. And I feel like with this person you're going to go with the flow, but I feel like until the end of June, like 30th of June, you're still going to be in the middle of decisions because you have Lover's card. Lover's cards also symbolize a decision that has to be made. So I feel like one person brings out your masculine energy and the other person brings out your feminine energy. Masculine energy where you have to be the one who does stuff, and feminine energy where you're much more of a receptor. So you're going to have to choose between the two. And I feel like with person A is a constant disappointment. With person B you have trust issues and you learn to trust again in the future. So you're still in the midst of figuring things out, okay? So that's it for my reading for you guys. So long. I'm really sorry. I hope you find the clarity that you've been looking for. And I will see you guys this weekend or probably next week. Okay? Bye-bye.